Good morning, YouTube. Big Larry's here on a Thursday morning. Let's give people a few minutes to get up in here. Yeah, I know I do, Cartel. I agree. Morning, Miss Kitty. And yeah, I've been stranger people. I've been over in them Hawaii Islands enjoying the beautiful weather over there. Miss Kitty, she heard me say you, so she come running.
Hey, Miss Kitty.
She's the first one on, Miss Kitty.
Yeah.
She's throwing you the purple hearts.
Yeah. Thank you, honey. I'll talk to you later, okay?
You got coffee going?
Yeah.
Okay.
Love you, Miss Kitty. Meow.
She was threatening to get rid of one of our cats yesterday. She's tired of waking up with her seat sleeping on her face. She says, "Love back." Yeah, and she attacks her feet too when she's sleeping. She'll go to roll over. Her cats attack her feet.
And I slapped the shit out of her with my hat.
Yeah, I kind of been slow this week. I'm not feeling too hot. But I see Solar Marshall said that I was living up under a bridge. So I wanted to get on here and say, no, Solar Marshall, I'm not under the bridge yet. I am still kicking. We were sitting in Hawaii for 3 days, enjoying them little fucking drinks with the umbrellas in them. Who said what? Oh, it was on a video from yesterday. Some girl was sniping Von Hilton. And I was watching Von Hilton, but I watched the comments on the side, and Solar Marshall said that I was living under a bridge. So I wanted to get on here and say, no, people, I'm not up under the bridge yet. And I doubt if I'm going under any bridge. Okay. See, I never even knew that, Miss Kitty. Cool. Yeah, we need to. You must have been tired last night, dear, because you went to bed without even hanging up my phone. Again. Well, yeah, I don't blame him. I would too, Kitty. Don't blame him one bit at all. Vaughn's so stupid he didn't know yesterday was the first. He kept saying it was the 28th of February and it's the first. Yeah, I think this is the longest I've been off since I started doing my shows. I didn't get on Sunday, didn't get on Monday, didn't get on Tuesday, and didn't get on Wednesday. So I've been off for 4 days. Well, I'm sorry to stop you from seeing it, Miss Kitty. It's gonna be there. Ain't much, just a bunch of little shit talk. He's still thinking it's Groundhog Day, which is February 2nd. Yeah, his computer's confused on the date. My computer shows me right now what day it is, and time, and temperature, and everything. See, he lies so much his computer don't know what the hell it's doing. He's making his computer stupid, if that's possible. Yeah, they're calling us for the mid 60s today. Rain tonight, 70s tomorrow. Can't believe it's still wintertime out there. Sure, spring has not started already. Yeah, I noticed Von Hilton had a new shirt on, people, so he had to get it in the mail. UPS delivered it. Everything he buys is being shipped. He don't go nowhere. I think he's afraid to run into somebody. Somebody or anybody. Because there are a lot of people that like to have a little piece of him. Yeah, I just kind of wanted to get on here and say good morning to everybody. Let people know that I am still alive. Still rent striking it. No, nobody came to my house yesterday to give me eviction notice, Vaughn. So I'm waiting. Yeah, he don't know how to work a washing machine. His mom always did his laundry. She even did the kids' laundry. She'd fold it up and literally she almost takes it over there and puts it away for him because he's too lazy. Because if she sends him to put it away, he'll just throw it all over the place. Yeah, exactly, Cartel. Man, we got to make sure we get all our bills paid today. I think I still got jet lag, on my private jet that took us to Hawaii and back. Brought me some Hawaiian gold back home, people. Can't wait. Oh, yeah, I wasn't putting that out there yet, cartel. I didn't want them to know I did 2 trips in one time. I want to know that I've took his trillions. A lot of us rode the Harleys there. Yeah, I don't like my new Harley. I want an old one. I was always had a thing for them. What do they call them? Hammerheads. I asked the wife if I can buy a motorcycle. She won't let me. She says I can, but she won't ride on it with me. So I thought about getting me a nice size 3-wheel trike because I'm a big boy, so I'd want something pretty big. I think I was thinking of the knucklehead earlier or the panheads. Harley's got a lot of nice looking bikes out there. I like the older ones more than I do the new ones. I wouldn't give him a ride if he was fucking dying. He's the kind of guy I go past and stop, wave, let him run up to me to get in the vehicle and drive away. That's me. I'll go another block, stand there and wait for him, get back in my car, and when he gets close enough, drive away. Morning, Roland. Just sitting here waiting on my morning mud. I should get that application today for that low income housing projects. I should get that today, get it filled out, and send it back out tomorrow morning. So sometime next week they should be able to let me know what's going on. A lot of places like that tell me that they got a 6-month waiting list. And I told her that I'm handicapped and I really ain't got 6 months. I got maybe a month or two. to play around with. And she goes, well, we ain't got a waiting list here right at the moment. So you get your application in here and we'll get you in as fast as possible. So I'm going to get my application in. It ain't a real big town, but it's not a little town. I mean, it's bigger than Oneida. At least it does have 2 or 3 gas stations. It does have 2 or 3 restaurants. It does have a grocery store and a post office and schools. Yeah, to me, I'm moving up. Well, personally, people, honestly, even if Vaughn wouldn't have gave me eviction notice, I'm moving. Either way it went, I have to move because I cannot afford to feed my 18-year-old son. He has to get out there and find a job. He can't work here at the dollar store because they're completely full. They ain't got no openings. He can't work at the carry out because they have no openings. Where's he going to work? There ain't no place to work. So I move him to town and let him start getting into them restaurants. Let him get into Save a Lot. I mean, my very first job ever with a real paycheck was a grocery store. Bag boy. I bagged groceries. Then I went to stocking groceries. Then I went to the meat department. Then I went back to stocking groceries. And personally, I probably should have stayed in that one instead of going to cooking. Because I got a friend of mine who started just about a week after I did into the carry-out business, same company. And right now, he's been at the same company for over 30 years, making good money. He works a meat department, Kroger's. So I just, we're gonna be glad to move to a city, and my rent is my rent's gonna be a little higher than from here, but with me paying that, they also cover my water bill, they cover my trash, they cover the lawn work, they even cover my light bill. The only thing they don't pay is your telephone, cable, internet, so I'll have to pay that. They said something like 25% of what we bring in is what they get for rent. But it takes care of all the bills. Hell, I spent $643 for a light bill last month. It's $440 this month. When your light bills are more than your rent, something's wrong. I know my rent is very cheap here, people.
Here's my phone.
Okay, honey.
Yours is on there.
Oh, hell, you brought the coffee. I didn't even see you sneak in here and drop it off. Good morning, coffee. Maxwell House, good to the last drop. I already got 3 of them, Gregory. Oh, yeah, I know it is, Cartel. And the furnace, too. I mean, I'm running off a furnace that's probably about 35 years old. It needs to be updated. The whole house needs to be updated. We break circuit breakers all the time here. She'll blow a breaker at least once a day. To me, bad wiring. Yeah, when I go to move, I will definitely let the health department know. When I move here, I will be calling it all in. Okay, come on, somebody talk to me. Cartel said that 10 minutes ago. Good morning, Alien. Yeah, you. I was on vacation, so. Okay, Roland. Cooking breakfast, huh? Yeah, I'm used to you doing that, kitty. Where you just say good morning, say something, and stand on the side and listen to us, and that's great. I just kind of get lonely when no one's talking to me and you're all doing your thing. Oh, I know how to spend his money. I have no problem spending money. Hell, I could probably go through $100 million within 2 weeks. Most of it, I'll be giving it away. Like I said, you give me $1 trillion, people. All I want's a little house, something big enough for my family, a nice running car. It don't have to be no fucking limousine or anything, just a decent car. That's all I need. Some food in my home. We don't need big expensive houses. We don't need big expensive cars, necklaces, jewelry, anything like that. We don't need that expensive shit. For what? When you die, you leave it to your kids, and when they die, they leave it to their kids. I'd rather just be happy than be rich. And I'm definitely happy. I'm happy with life. Yeah, just give it to a girl on YouTube. Exactly. Morning, Maggie. Cooking anything good, Roland? Fried potatoes, sausage patties, biscuits and gravy, couple eggs. That's what sounds good to me. Yeah, well, to be honestly, Gregory, I don't think I'd give it to somebody on YouTube. I'd literally like be donating to churches to make sure they got food to give to the communities. Um, maybe some homeless shelters, maybe some children's hospitals. That sounds good, Roland. That kind of reminds me of my mom. She didn't use ham and cheese and all that. She used to make bologna and egg sandwiches. Y'all don't know too much about me. I ain't so hot on bologna. I mean, I'll eat bologna, but it's not on my top list. You know what I mean? If I have to eat it from starving, then I will eat it. But me personally, I'd rather have roast beef or turkey or, something decent, something good flavor. Yeah, we did some trading yesterday, so we got some eggs yesterday. Somebody I know had some ears coming out of their, or eggs coming out of their ears, and they were low on meat products, so we traded them a couple of chickens for some eggs. Them chickens that we just got 2 days ago from the church. We gave two of them to the family, and they gave us a dozen of eggs. Yeah, I've had enough bologna as a kid. Yeah, exactly. Usually if you grow up, and I mean, you eat it like us. We were poor. We wasn't poor. I can't say we were poor because we were not poor, but we were not rich. They bought the things that they wanted and what we needed, and they made sure there was food in our mouth every single night, even though it was food sometimes that we didn't like. But then there's sometimes we had food that we really liked. I mean, it was like once a week we would get these. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name of the place that we used to get, but we used to go buy these corn chili dogs, they call them, and fries, and he'd buy like 2 or 3 dozen of them hot dogs and like 3 or 4 or 5 fries, and we all got a couple hot dogs and some of them fries. When you're trying to feed 5 kids, you got to do what you got to do. Yeah, well, I mean, as long as you make sure they got fresh water and food every day, you got to go out and collect eggs every day. And when they quit laying eggs, kill them for dinner. The price of eggs right now are skyrocketed. So if you got room and you can get away with, having chickens, that's a good thing to do. We did it one year. Me and the wife did it one year. But, it was getting tiring and really cold doing it during the winter times. I don't think anybody would buy them dogs, Cartel. I think that's originally how he got them. Somebody didn't want them or somebody couldn't get rid of them, and they took them down Crane Creek and just let them out the door. Yeah, I don't think ours was that low, but I think it might have been like 50 cents for our corn dogs. or coat, And my mom, she never she didn't eat the hot dogs and fries. She always got herself what they called chili mac. So it's spaghetti noodles with chili all over it. Well, I hope they do because, I mean, we like eggs. I just told you, if anyone was making me breakfast and they wanted, if I go out to order breakfast, fried potatoes with onions, biscuits and gravy, a sausage patty or two, and two over easy eggs. Or sometimes I order them sunny side up. They probably are. I remember A&W root beer, but I don't remember that price, Miss Kitty. But I do. We've had them here. I know. I mean, up in Ohio, I don't see none down here, but they're all gone, I think now. But up in Ohio where I live, they had one out on Alexis. You made hash yesterday. Yeah, that's pretty good too. Yeah, I personally don't remember what prices were back then, when I was a kid, because mom and dad mostly bought it all. I remember collecting bottles and getting the deposits for them. I owe him what? Restitution? I don't even know what that word means for one. Is he kicking me out? He did give me a eviction notice, but he's got to take it to the courthouse. He's got to have the bailiff bring the eviction notice to me. And it ain't going to be a eviction notice saying get out in 3 days. It's going to be eviction saying you have to go to court on this date and talk to the judge. And then I'm going to go in there and tell the judge. I'll tell the judge everything I want to, and I'll walk out. Like I said, I might not even be living here when I go in that courthouse, people. Maybe, maybe not. I don't want to be, but I'm gonna still own the key. No, I've never signed a rental agreement with nobody here. I'm waiting for big potatoes to come in, tell you the truth. I see you say you're waiting for them big onions. I'm waiting for some big baked potatoes. Big potatoes. I used to, like, before I go hunting, like a day or two before I go hunting, I'd get about six of them bad boys. I'd bake them, open them up, clean them out, fill them up with meat and potatoes and veggies, and put it all back together like it was a potato, and wrap it in aluminum foil. Put it in the refrigerator, and when I went deer hunting, we take them. After hunting deer all day, who wants to come back and cook? Not me. I take one of them, roll it up into the fire right there next to them hot coals, and let it all warm up. 15, 20 minutes later, pull that thing out, eat it. And dinner is served. If you make it go to court, and a eviction will go against you trying to find a place to rent. You may not want to do that. Well, there's a circumstances to it, and I've already told the lady. Like I said, we've already got a place picked out. If everything goes right, I'll be moved in 3 days. This lady says there is no waiting list, and it is handicap accessory. And the best thing about it, we are 2 blocks from downtown. She could literally walk to the welfare department. She could literally walk to the social security department. She could literally walk to the schools. She could walk to the the post office, the grocery stores, the doctor's office. Yeah, he better let everybody stay right where they're at until spring and summer's here. Because I'm going to tell you, if I shut all my everything off here and I move, and then we get cold again, Vaughn, you're going to fix water pipes at every one of them, not just yours. Oh yeah, we I've been looking all over the place. I've been looking, like I said, I was planning on moving either way it went, people. I can't live here forever. I cannot live out in the boonies and expect my 18-year-old son to find a job. Unless he goes down there and starts shoving horse shit or cow shit for somebody. That see, I could have did that too, Andy. Exactly. Oh yeah, I am known by the government as handicapped. Morning, Toby. Yeah, I didn't make it on today, people. Me and the wife talked, and she says that I can get on this morning. That was a long flight back from Hawaii last night, so I'm surprised I'm even awake. Y'all know I was in Hawaii for 3 days, spending Vaughn's money, putting some of it in a bank account up there in someone else's name for Vaughn can't find it. I got a feeling they're never going to be. I will stick to the same story I started last month, couple months back, people. On December 31st, 2023, all properties will be up for sale. Vaughn will be totally broke and yelling he's starving again. Because he can't rent none of the properties out because they're all not livable. He has no money to try to fix them up. He ain't even going to call somebody to fix them up. Nobody's going to work on them if he ain't got no money to pay them. So if he ain't got no money to pay them, then he ain't going to get no renters in them. He probably could have pulled about 120,000 from his mama's property. After him living in that trailer, Every month, he's losing about $10,000 a month off that trailer. In 5 years, that trailer wouldn't be even worth the fucking flooring it sits on, because it's going to be that nasty. You literally have to tear the floors, walls, ceilings, everything down to bare frame and rebuild it just to try to get the smell out. Good luck with getting a new place. When you leave, there will be rage about how you still owe to pay the utility. No, no, no. My utilities will be paid in my name. The ones in my name are paid by me. And right now, all my bills are paid. Now, I'm not going to pay the utilities after I move out. That ain't my responsibility. When you move, you turn everything off. You have everything. Really, you don't even turn it off. You have it transferred from one place to the other. Yeah, he is. He already is packing shit up. Well, hell, look right behind him. The fucking stack full of clothes laying all over. 3-bedroom home, and he has to put everything up under camera. And then he wants to know how we know everything. Well, fuck, you're telling it. You're showing it, Vaughn. Yep, I get everything out of my name. He's still bitching now that no one is paying his bills still. Yeah, I know, handyman. Well, nobody's supposed to be paying his bills. He's supposed to be paying his own bills. What do you think he got the fucking that card, the green card for? To pay the bills. That's the estate money, Von Hilton. You say it's fraud. You're telling everybody it's a fraud world check or whatever bank. You're fucking full of shit. And good morning, handyman. Vaughn's raging about having to pay bills on empty trailers will be funny. Well, yeah, because I mean, if you don't want these water pipes to freeze, he's going to have to keep the electricity on, the furnace running. Oh yeah, we know that he's about ready. I give it to the end of this year, people. End of this year, all them properties will be up for sale. Then he might have enough to get him another year or two, and then he'll be broke again because he's going to have to go somewhere and pay rent somewhere. So that money's not going to last long, and then he's going to turn all his bills on. Yeah. Well, now somebody's saying that was all a big scam. I don't know, and I don't really give a, you know, but that shirt he's wearing from yesterday, it's new. He had to get it in the mail, people, because he don't go to stores. He don't go to Walmarts. He'd rather get online and say, "Oh, I like that," and order it right offline. Von Hilton, you better hope the police ain't coming to your house to take your computer out of your house. Because you know that computer, you say you got this and you got that on your computer. Well, I got friends like Abby. Shuto, who can tap into your computer and show you everything you did since the first day you turned the damn thing on. You don't think he's going to get past July? Okay. Well, I think it's going to be, yeah, that's going to be about when the fallout's going to start. That's about when I figure the fallout will start. Because his light bill, if he's in Alice's house, that light bill is going to go up about $70. Because that's what it cost her to run that central air all year. Or, through the summers when it's hot. And her winters would run about 2.25. And in the summer, it runs about 2.25 to 3. We just left there, Fat Daddy. I've been there for 3 days. No, we just got back. We had to grab some stuff out of here, and my wife said I can go live, so I figured I'd get on live. Yeah. Yeah, I figure by December 31st, 2024, he'll be under a bridge. Andy, I'm not worried about hiding from him, and I'm not going to fucking jail for nobody. And two, the only time I'm going to court's for this eviction notice. I want to go to court. Because I'd like to have a nice little talk with this judge. Because this ain't just any judge. This is the judge I've seen 3 times before. This ain't like I'm going in front of a new judge, people. This is the same judge I've been seeing with Miss Alice's estate hearings and all that shit. This is the exact same judge. I can't wait till I walk in there with Vaughn Hilton. And if Vaughn Hilton's not in the courtroom, when I'm in the courtroom, I'm going to tell the judge, well, when he decides he wants to come to the courthouse, he's calling me to be here to get evicted. Well, he has to be here. If he's not here, I'm not coming. What the hell is she going to do? Put me in jail? Please give me a vacation. It'll cost you guys more to put me in fucking jail than it is to leave me out. Duh. Just like he says he's putting every one of us in jail. 15 years ago. How many went to jail? 0. He says his parents were worth money. What corner did his daddy stand on? Because it sure wasn't from work. And it definitely wasn't his mama. His mama had money, but it wasn't billions and trillions and make Donald Trump look like a welfare case. Vaughn exaggerates too much. And one of these times, he's going to say something wrong to somebody, and somebody's going to snap on him. So, me personally, Vaughn, from a cousin to a cousin, which I didn't want to say that you're related to me. You're smart. You better stay in the countryside because I don't think you can handle living in a city, a real city. Something that's carrying 10,000. Vaughn Hilton, you wouldn't last 1 week in Toledo. You wouldn't last 1 week in Cincinnati. You say you whatever, Cincinnati. Go back there now. See what happens to you. Go back to Cincinnati and run your mouth. No, he's not going to sell it cheap. That's the problem, Fat Daddy. He's not going to sell it cheap. He's going to hold on to it and hold on to it and hold on to it. And you know what's going to happen? He can't pay the property taxes. So then what happens? The state steps in, takes all the properties. He will have to sell it for what he can. Or the estate will take it all. Oh, did I say estate? I mean the state. The government. Yeah, and then the government will start selling it very cheap. Yeah, you always make sure of that, Andy. You definitely make sure your property taxes are all paid for, buddy. And that's to everybody that owns a home. Yeah, you got to make sure them property taxes are paid, or you can lose it. Couple people down here got some mobile homes for sale. Pretty cheap, too. The only problem, you got to have a piece of land to put it on. You got to buy, or you don't have to buy, you got to rent or get somebody to move it for you. And that's a lot of money. Then you got to get a septic tank put in on the property if there ain't one. That's a lot of money. Hell, that's $5,000 just to move the trailer. Another $5,000 for the septic tank. Not counting what you pay for the land and the trailer. I still think Vaughn should use the property for his new religion church of Freedom by the Vaughn. J-Dub can help with the lawn care, and there you go. Beautiful church and grounds. Yeah, good possibility. I just hope he don't start selling trees, because that would be kind of. I mean, he can make a little bit of money off it, but he's not going to make a lot. Maybe 10, 15,000 more. Because there's a lot of trees on his properties. Yep. He's already kicking them. Well, none of them was paying. That's why he's kicking them all out. Well, I got news for Vaughn Hilton. Vaughn, I hope you see this, because I know you've been watching my videos. Me personally, that is not how you approach renters. You walk up to the house and say, "Give me my fucking rent." That ain't how you approach it. You knock on the door, you say, "Good morning, how you doing? My name is James VONHELTON. My mother owned the property. I am now the executive of the estate, so I collect rent. I am here to let you know that I am here to collect your rent. I'll give you a couple days to have it ready. I'll see you on the 1st, and I'll be here on the 1st every month to pick it up for you. Thank you. Have a nice day." Go to your next renter. Go to every one of your houses that way. You don't just fucking sit in your trailer and think that people's going to bring you the money, do you? I never got no letter saying who's collecting rent, whose property it was. No one said shit to me. I paid my last rent I paid was October, and it was to Jim and Millie. I talked to Jim and Millie in the middle of October, and she says that they were not the power of the estate anymore, that there was a new will. And I was like, "Oh, okay. Well, who am I supposed to pay my rent to?" She goes, "I don't know." And we hung up, period. I ain't heard nothing since who I'm supposed to pay rent to until what, 3 weeks ago when I get an eviction notice? Wait, I can't wait to go in front of that judge. One of them renters just had almost a $9,000 furnace put in there. He's evicting all of them. There is a girl and her man living in one of them, and the other one is empty already. Miss Carla moved out 6 months ago. She moved out right after all that big flooding we had. She lost her car and half of everything she owned. The flooding, a flood. How can I say this? The people that come in here and helped us with the flood. It could have been Red Cross that might have did it. I'm supposed to pay $2 million a month for rent. Yeah. She didn't take the money out of her own pocket, Roland. But, let's be real, and I'll be real with you. When she moved in, the furnace was old and junky and nasty, didn't work. We got the flood, her whole basement went in water. And when they came through and said, "Did you get any damage?" She says, "Yeah, my furnace is all underwater. My hot water tank's underwater." They came in and replaced it all. I'm confused. You owed rent to Vaughn all of a sudden? I missed out on a lot. TV, well, Von Hilton's took over power of the estate in November. So I owe Von Hilton November, December, January, February, and now this is March. So I owe him 5 months of rent. He says I owe for the last 7 years. Not really, Jeffrey. Gregory, the only thing he's going to find are the crackheads. And they're going to go in there and be smoking crack and burning his houses out. Yeah, about 2 million. Nope, not evicted yet. Not his. Yeah, I agree there, Big Daddy. Not in his single wide. But he lives too close to it. I mean, once I move out of here, I mean, there's a neighbor, they can barely see the house. So they're not going to know what's happening over here, and they're not even going to care what's going to happen over here. Yeah, it looks like it's going to rain out there. It says we ain't getting it until tonight, but it looks like we're going to get it. Yeah, I'm going to retire to Hawaii. We only got 2 more states to go, and I'll have a house in every state. Yeah. And it even came with the butler and a maid. And a bartender. I can't forget the bartender. Because she makes some hell of a drinks. Yeah. Yeah. No way, Toby. That's one thing I will not do. I am not going back to Ohio. If I move out of the state of Kentucky, it's going south, not north. Yeah. No, I don't do. I don't do Hamilton. I'm not from Hamilton. Morning, baby Jane. Where you at, Solar Marshall? I hope Solar Marshall gets on here this morning. I seen him posting that video from yesterday that I seen him saying I'm living up under a bridge. Well, I wouldn't like that, Fat Daddy, because I don't think stealing's. I think people should work hard and make their money and go out there and buy it if they want it. If someone comes in my home to steal something, I literally will shoot you because I don't give a shit. I worked hard for everything I have, and you're not coming in here and taking it. I have some friends down that way too, Roland. Yeah, I've said it once, so It's that's usually I say it 2 or 3 times. I pop in, and there's another guy I do that to too. I say his name 2 or 3 times, and he pops in. You know she's playing with an ink pen, honey. No, I don't have Vaughn's blood in my body. I don't have his blood. His blood is the Hilton blood, remember? When his daddy squirted up in his mommy, he daddy took over all the blood. Mommy had no blood. Daddy gave it to her. Daddy gave everything to her. Rubber, he would be a cousin. A great cousin or some shit like that. Because Aunt Alice was my great aunt. Alice's brother, her oldest brother, is my grandfather. Her dad is my great grandfather. So for Vaughn, it would have been his grandfather. To me, it's my great grandfather. Well, I don't know if he's going to be back to where he started. He's going to be starving and he ain't even going to own the properties after they sell. And I still say it December 31st, 2023. Vaughn Hilton's losing all. Oh, you give it 3 years? You're the only one that's ever gave it that far away. I gave it to the end of the well, maybe totally broke. Maybe I don't think I think he could probably blow about 200,000 a year. So I don't think it'll go the whole 3 years. Because I after if he does it right, he can get 200,000 for the properties right now. But if he keeps letting them go down worse and worse and worse, they're losing money. Oh yeah, naturally it will be all the trolls' fault, Miss Kitty. No, it is March 2nd. Here we go for number 2, Solar Marshall. I don't think it's all bullshit, Joey. He probably did get the paperwork ready. He did probably send it to him. That's fine with me. It's got to go to the courthouse. Then it goes to the judge, and the judge sends the bailiff out here to give me my eviction notice, saying that they're telling me I got to go to court within a week or two. I'll go to the courthouse. We'll have our talk and do what we got to do there. And I'll probably have another 30 days or so. Yeah, no matter what he does, it's all going to end up in failure for him. The banks will buy it for pennies on the dollar. Exactly. Well, you have a good one there, TV. Solar Marshall, I'm not living under the bridge yet. Just want to let you know, buddy. I'm calling you, telling you. I seen you say it yesterday that I ain't been on in a few days. I must be living under the bridge. Nope, not under a bridge. I was just in Hawaii for 3 days. I had to go get some of them umbrella drinks that they make down there. It's yum yum.
You're not going outside. I'm sorry. You can have the kid, the bird.
Yeah. Yep. No, I think that you're talking about secular opinion, not Solar Marshall. I get them confused too a lot. No, Solar Marshall said yesterday that, I ain't been on in a few days. I must be living under a bridge. So I definitely wanted to get on here this morning and show him I'm not under no bridge. I'm still here. No evictions notice. No sheriff's here yet. Um, doing what I normally do, taking care of my bills and taking care of the house, making sure things are packed up when we're ready to move, looking for a place to move to. So, making a lot of phone calls. I'm just doing what I have to do. I'm not like Vaughn. I don't wait for the last minute or wait for someone else to do it for me. I get out there and do it. Even though I'm handicapped, disability, I still have eyes, I still have ears, I still have a mouth, and I still have two hands that work. I still can do things. Just because I can't get up and walk, that's my only problem. No, I didn't, Joey, and don't want to. I'm sorry, don't want to. There ain't no way I want to watch a man take a bubble bath. Yeah, I don't want him to install nothing for me. I'm totally getting out of here. And if I was rich, I would have some of them installed into my house and see if they really work. And if I did have all that money like Vaughn really says, people, I probably would have something like that. I'd want solar power and wind power both. I'd like to have a natural gas well too, because that way the only bill I have to pay is my property taxes and my phone light and cable. Or I won't have to pay lights because the solar takes care of it. The wind will take care of it.
Hey, so your ass is outside.
I got $1. It says there ain't a that every fork and spoon and butter knife in Alice's house is dirty right now, sitting in that sink. Yeah, Alice's dishes. Exactly.
What are you doing, you little ass? You better knock it off.
Well, I got something going on right now, people. So I'm not going to say much. I got some things going on right now. I got a throw on the inside, should I say. I am working a throw on the inside. I personally will get my hands on them photo albums and some of that stuff that is in Alice's house. Money talks, bullshit walks. We have deer and other animals that lived through -40. Yeah, definitely get the deer head back. That's definitely one on the list. I'll tell you the truth, Miss Kitty, I'd even leave the deer head to get the photo albums. He told me 7, 8, 10 years ago that he's going to burn all that. And I hope he don't. Because them are pictures that can never be replaced again. I mean, there are a couple things in the house that I'd like to have. I put a offer out there for somebody to go over there and clean Vaughn's house for him. And talk him into selling it or steal it. I don't give a shit how you get it. You get it and you bring it to me, I'm paying for it. Be honest, I just say what I want, say what price I'm willing to pay, and it's on. Well, they're his they're his mom's photo albums. The deer head, he don't even understand what happened with that. Literally, it's my father's deer head. My dad killed it. My dad took all the meat from it. My dad went ahead and had the head stuffed or whatever they do to it. And Miss Alice seen it. She's like, "Oh, I love that. I love that. Jim, you ought to let me hang that on my wall." And Dad sat there and thought about it. Well, hell, I already got two hanging on my wall. What's it gonna hurt to let Alice have it? Yeah, Miss Alice, you can go ahead and take it and hang it on your wall. But when you pass away, I get it. And she said, "Yep, it's yours. As soon as I pass away, you can have it back." Well, people, my dad died 3 years before Alice. So after my dad died, I left it with Alice because she's the one that wanted to see it and wanted it. So I left it there for her to enjoy it. But once she died, I was taking it back. Well, I didn't get it out of there. Is that you? Is that you? A photo of him, like I said, belonged to Alice Hilton herself, but if he's going to destroy him and throw him away, I'd sure love to have him. I mean, them are going to be frost pictures of her when she was a little girl, her sisters and brothers, her mom and her dad. She might have some of little Irvy and Glenda when they were growing up. She could have pictures of her trips. Vaughn Hilton, what happened to all your mom's money? Vaughn saying he shot that deer. He's a lying son of a. My father shot it. And it was a nice deer, but my dad already had one on the wall. He had two on the wall. He had a buck and a doe on his wall. And his buck was a albino. It had a bunch of white spots all over it. Barely had the tan. Well, he said he was going to burn it, and that's why I'm trying to say, if I can get him out of there, that's good. I put a price sticker on him already, so people that go clean houses and stuff like that he knows, people that he talks to, people he does communicate with or whatever, I put the word out. Maybe there's two deer heads there, one that your father shot and the one that Vaughn shot. Vaughn has never shot a deer. Vaughn don't know how to clean a deer. Vaughn don't know. He probably don't even know how to load a rifle. He can't shoot aliens at 3 foot. What's he think he's going to shoot a deer at 100 feet? Or is he the one that shot that little doe that was on Benny Matt Baker that was the neighbor's pet? I'd like to find out if he did, because he shot that one. He's history. Hunting license? What about them? You're supposed to have them. It only matters how you look at that bobcat, really. Yeah, I would love to see that 4 acres. He's a nutcase. A piece. Baby, you need to check your sugar. It's 10 till. No, probably not. I don't think he's ever went hunting besides for gray aliens, and he couldn't hit them, so he sure ain't gonna hit anything else. And then if he does kill it, he don't know how to clean it. He wouldn't know the first step. Yeah, $1 is $100,000. I wish that was really true because I'd be a rich millionaire right now.
Oh my God.
What?
Nothing.
What is it?
Nothing.
You're lying to me.
I'm not checking my sugar.
What you doing?
Check my sugar.
What you doing?
I'm listening to the radio.
What's my oh my God about?
How much time kids spend on Facebook?
How much time does kids spend on Facebook?
Social media, 7 to 8 hours.
Social media says 7 to 8 hours kids spend online. They're not checking the right kids. Because I think my kid's on it like 12 to 14 hours a day playing video games or whatever kind of games they play on there. You know, sometimes I do scan it. I mean, I ain't checked them in a long time, but I used to make sure, what sites they were going, what games they had playing, if they were playing war games or zombie games or farming games or poker games.
You want some more coffee before I do this?
Yes, please. And you still got 10 minutes. Let me see it. Let me make sure you got the. How much you supposed to be taking?
Come on.
Did you hear it? I clicked it one.
Yeah.
You had it on 20.
Uh-huh.
Well, Larry's going to get off here, people. Maybe I'll get back on in a little bit. I'm going to get me something to eat, get up and try to go to the restroom here or row in there and go to the restroom. You guys holler or be on later, and maybe I'll be here too. Big Larry's out. Peace out, everyone. Enjoy your day.